You arrive at Wickerwood Forest just as the sun begins to set, the sky bleeding into shades of red and orange. The forest, rumored to be ancient and enchanted, stands tall and imposing, a sprawling mass of dark green and black against the dying light. Ignoring the ominous tales, you step into the shadowy depths, drawn by a mixture of curiosity and the promise of solitude. The path beneath your feet is narrow and winding, barely discernible in the growing gloom. Leaves crunch underfoot, and the air is thick with the scent of pine and moss. Night falls swiftly, blanketing the forest in darkness. A chill settles over you, and the once welcoming trail now feels confining. The silence is oppressive, broken only by the rustle of leaves and the distant hoot of an owl. You shiver, pulling your jacket tighter and press on, determined to find a clearing to set up camp. A sudden crack pierces the air, echoing like a gunshot. You freeze, heart pounding. The trees seem to lean closer, their bark twisted into grotesque, menacing shapes. A low, creaking sound surrounds you, and you realize it's the trees. They're moving. Slowly, deliberately, the branches twist and stretch, reaching out like claws. You quicken your pace, but the path ahead is swallowed by darkness. Every step is a struggle as the underbrush grabs at your ankles, trying to pull you down. Panic sets in as you stumble upon an old, rusted axe embedded in a stump. It looks ancient, abandoned by a long-gone woodcutter. You grasp it instinctively, feeling its weight and age. As the trees close in, the forest comes alive with the sound of snapping wood and groaning timber. The very ground seems to shift beneath you, roots writhing like serpents. You swing the axe wildly, desperate to fend off the encroaching forest. Splinters fly, but the trees seem to mock your efforts, their branches weaving through the air with serpentine grace. A sharp pain blossoms in your leg as a root lashes out, tripping you. You hit the ground hard, the axe slipping from your grasp. Above you, the canopy is a churning mass of dark leaves and sinister branches. The forest closes in, and you feel the crushing weight of countless eyes upon you, judging you for every piece of litter, every careless step. In your final moments, you see the trees for what they truly are. Not just flora, but guardians of this ancient land, avenging the scars left by mankind. They move with a purpose, their branches tightening around you like a vice. As your vision fades, you hear the rustling leaves whispering in a language older than time, a warning to all who dare desecrate Wickerwood Forest. And then there is only darkness. When consciousness returns, it's with a jolt. You find yourself lying on the forest floor, the scent of earth and decay filling your nostrils. It's still dark, but there's a pale, sickly light filtering through the twisted canopy. You try to move, but pain shoots through your body, and you realize the roots have bound you tightly, holding you in place. Panic sets in as you struggle against the bindings, but they tighten in response, digging into your flesh. You hear the eerie creaking again, the sound of the trees communicating in their ancient, unfathomable language. Shadows dance around you, shapes forming in the darkness. Eyes seem to gleam from the knots and hollows of the trees, watching your every move. Desperation fuels you. With a surge of adrenaline, you manage to wrench one hand free, clawing at the dirt and moss around you. Your fingers brush against something cold and metallic, the axe. Gripping the handle, you swing it wildly, hacking at the roots with all your strength. The forest screams in protest, a cacophony of groans and snaps reverberating through the trees. Freed from the root's grasp, you scramble to your feet, the axe clutched tightly in your hand. You burst into a clearing, your relief short-lived as you see what's before you. In the center stands an enormous, ancient tree. its trunk wider than a house, and its branches spreading out like a monstrous canopy. The bark is scarred and twisted, faces etched into its surface, anguished, tormented visages of those who came before you. The ground beneath the tree is littered with remnants of the past, rusted tools, decaying clothing, and bones half buried in the earth. You stumble forward, drawn to the tree's immense presence, your mind a haze of fear and fascination. The air grows colder, and the shadows around you deepen, the oppressive weight of the forest pressing down on you. The axe feels heavy in your hands, an instrument of both hope and despair. You raise it intending to strike at the tree, but a voice in your mind whispers caution. This forest is not just alive, it is vengeful, and you are but an intruder in its domain. The faces in the bark seem to shift, their eyes following your every move, pleading silently for release or mercy. With a cry, you swing the axe, the blade biting into the ancient wood. The tree shudders, and a roar like thunder echoes through the forest. Roots burst from the ground, writhing and snapping, wrapping around your legs and pulling you down. You struggle, but the tree's grip is relentless, dragging you closer to its gnarled trunk. As the roots envelop you, you feel the life being drained from your body, your strength fading. The forest whispers its final judgment, a chilling chorus of nature's wrath. The darkness closes in once more, but this time there is no escape, no reprieve. The forest claims you as its own, a silent warning to those who dare to defy its ancient laws. In the depths of Wickerwood Forest, the trees stand tall and vigilant, their branches swaying in a mournful dance. The forest remains a place of beauty and terror, where the past and present intertwine, and where those who disrespect the natural world meet a fate both inevitable and eternal.